Welcome to online class of KPB School and College, Dhaka. This is MD Mahmudul Hasan talukder, Assistant Teacher English. Dear students, listeners and viewers, how are you? I hope all of you are safe and sound by the mercy of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. In the previous lesson, I discussed about completing sentence part 3. Today I am going to discuss about final part of completing sentence. Get ready for it. Okay, let's start our class. Topic: completing sentence final part. Rule 18. It is many years since or it is long since plus subject plus past form of verb plus extension. The sentences which start with it is many years since or it is long since, in case of those sentences we should follow this rule: subject plus past form of verb plus extension. An example will make it clear. Look at the following example. It is many years since I met him last. Dear students, look at the example very carefully. Since, before since, it is many years since. Before since, it is many years. This clause is present tense. And after since I met him last, this clause is past tense. So you should remember that you should use present tense before since, and after since you should use V2, past form of the verb. So it is many years since I met him last. I can mention another example here. It is long since I saw him last. Or many more examples like this. Okay. Move on to the next rule. Rule 19. It was many years since or it was long since plus subject plus head plus past participle form of verb plus extension. The sentences which start with it was many years since or it was long since, in case of those sentences we should follow this rule: subject plus head plus past participle form of verb plus extension. One example will make it clear. Example: it was long since I had met him last. Dear students, look at the example very carefully. It was long since, this clause is past tense, and I had met him last, this clause is past perfect tense. So you should remember that you should use past tense before since, and after since we should use past perfect tense. We know that past perfect tense is subject plus head plus V3. So the sentence will be: it was long since I had met him last. We can see here it was long since, this clause is past tense, and I had met him last, this clause is past perfect tense. I can mention another example here. It was many years since I had seen her last, or many more example like this. Okay, move on to the next rule, rule 20. And dear students, what can you see in the picture to my left side? This is nothing but a palace of a king, and I can also see the king is riding on a horse. And this rule is if plus subject plus or plus noun plus subject plus would or could or might plus base form of verb. The sentences which start with if plus subject plus or plus noun. In case of those sentences, we should use in the second clause subject plus would or could or might plus base form of the verb. One example will make it clear. If I were a king, I would help the poor. Dear students and viewers, look at the sentence very carefully. If I were a king, here if plus I subject or auxiliary verb and a king noun, in the second clause I is the subject, then we use here would, then base form of verb is help, then extension of the sentence. If I were a king, I would help the poor. I can mention more example here. If I were a bird, I would fly in the sky. Or if I were a rich, I could help the needy. Or many more examples like this. Okay. Now move on to the next rule. Rule 21, let alone. Let alone means that is unimaginable or unthinkable, or we cannot think like this. For example, I can swim 10 minutes, let alone 40 minutes. I can swim only 10 minutes, but 40 minutes it's a long time. So in case of these sentences, we should use let alone. I can swim 10 minutes, let alone 40 minutes. To make it clear, I can mention another example. He can get GPA 2, let alone GPA 5. Okay, dear students, move to the next rule. Rule 22. This rule is very, very important for the students of class 9 and 10. Past perfect plus before plus past indefinite. The sentences which start with past perfect, in case of those sentences, we should write down past indefinite after before. So look at the following example. The patient had died. This clause is past perfect tense, and the doctor came. The underlined sentence is past indefinite tense. So we should remember that the patient had died. This clause will be past perfect, and after before the doctor came, this clause will be past indefinite. Okay, dear students, I can mention another example here. The bell had rung before I went to school. The bell had rung before I went to school. The bell had rung. This clause is past perfect, and I went to school. This clause is past indefinite. So we should remember before past perfect, and after before we should use past indefinite. Okay, dear students, move on to the next rule. Rule 23. Past indefinite plus after plus past perfect. Past indefinite plus after plus past perfect. The patient died after the doctor had come. The sentences which start with past indefinite plus after, in case of those sentences we should use past perfect tense, after, and before after we should use past indefinite. The patient died. This clause is past indefinite. After the doctor had come, this clause is past perfect. So you can see the patient died. We use here past indefinite before after, and after we use past perfect. The doctor had come. This clause is past perfect tense. I can mention another example here. The game started after I had reached the field. Okay, the students, move on to the next rule. Rule 24, had better. If you find had better in any sentence, you should use base verb after had better. Okay, what would be the structure of this kind of sentence? Structure: subject plus had plus better plus base form of verb. One example will make it clear. She had better go home. Here she subject, had better is the word. Then we use here go, the base form of verb, and another word or extension of the sentence. So you should remember that after had better we should use base form of verb. Okay, dear students, see the next rule. Rule 25, would rather or sooner. Would rather or sooner. I would rather die than beg. You should remember I would rather or sooner. After would rather or sooner, we should use verb, then another verb. If you find would sooner or rather, would sooner or would rather in any sentence, you should use two verbs, and in the middle you should use then. Okay, I would rather die. Here die is a verb. Then we should use then, THAN. Then another verb is beg, BEG. So I think you have understood the sentence. Here would rather, then we use die, THAN, then BEG, beg. Here we use two verbs. We should remember after would rather or sooner we should use two verb, and middle of the two verb we should write down then, THAN. Okay, let's see the next rule. Rule 26. Dear students, what can you see in the picture to my left side? Yes, I can see some symbol of mathematics. Here plus 8, 3, etc. Instead of or in lieu of. Instead of or in lieu of means in exchange of anything or any subject or any food. Instead of or in lieu of means in exchange of anything. The sentences which start with instead of or in lieu of, in case of those sentences, we should write down appropriate part of the sentences to complete the sentences. Instead of biology, I took higher mathematics. Here we can see biology is the name of a subject and I took higher mathematics. Higher mathematics is another name of a subject. So here higher mathematics is alternative to biology. So instead of biology, I took higher mathematics. I can mention here another example. I took meat in lieu of fish. I took meat in lieu of fish. That means we can use in exchange of anything. We should use instead of or in lieu of. Okay, dear students, move on to the next rule. Rule 27. Without plus gerund. We know that gerund is verb plus ing. So if any sentence start with without plus gerund, we should write down appropriate part of the sentence to complete the sentence. Suitable words for the sentence. Okay, look at the following example. It will make you clear. Without taking a balanced diet, you cannot be healthy. Without taking a balanced diet, you cannot be healthy. If you do not take balanced diet, you cannot be healthy. Here without plus verb take plus ing, and we have used here a balanced diet, you cannot be healthy. And you can see to my left side the picture of some balanced diet. Okay, move on to the next rule. Rule 28. By plus gerund. We know that gerund is verb plus ing. What can you see in the picture to my left? Yes, I can see some carrots, some tomato and some other vegetables which are very helpful for health. By plus gerund. The sentences which start with by plus gerund. In case of those sentences, we should write down appropriate word to complete the sentence. By taking balanced diet, you can be healthy. If you take balanced diet, you can be healthy. Here, by plus take plus ing. So we should write down appropriate word to complete the sentence. By taking balanced diet, you can be healthy. Okay, dear students, that's enough for today. I hope and pray that this pandemic situation of COVID-19 will run out soon and we shall meet face to face in the classroom within a very close future. Till then, goodbye.